What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, and this is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down, man. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in the place. And we'll take everybody along for the journey. Before we get started, the show is brought to you by the good folks at ProMead, man. Use our exclusive code Executives2026 to get 15% off your purchase, man, site wide. Everything from bed, sheets to comforters, pillowcases, everything that you need, man. Use our exclusive code ProMead. Use our exclusive code Executives2026 at ProMead to get 50% off, man. I don't do this by myself, man. I got a slew of brothers that are sitting here ready to chop it up, talk about everything around the world of sports. The homie villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Good. Present. Shout
Presents.
out to the shout out to the good folks at Pro Mead. You get your farting through silk. Get your farting through silk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So no, shout out to them. What's going on, baby?
I'm good, my guy. I'm good, my guy, man. The homie coach is in here on time on today, man. What's up, coach? How we doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. The good people at Pro Meat deserve a better read than that. So we'll clean some stuff up in post.
We'll clean it
Don't worry
up.
about
We'll
it.
clean it up. We'll clean it up. That's the funny thing. Like real talk, I wrote a whole script, gave it to the homie Corey yesterday, man. So I caught myself in the lab trying to rehearse it, whatever the case may be. I got 40 million things going on. I lost my, what it is, what it
The
is,
the,
man.
the 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 be- the biggest thing with reads is be yourself. Make it your own. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Just like, you got to be comfortable. It's just like, hey, Pro Me, man.
exactly.
Like you need your sheets, you need your stuff like that, man. Pro Me, check us out, man. Code Pro, just be natural, baby. Like I said, we'll fix that in post. Don't worry about it.
We'll fix that. We'll fix that. You know what I'm saying? We'll fix that. Man, Larry is in the building trying to get himself in here, experiencing some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if his camera's not working, whatever. We have to get that taken care of. With that being said, while we work on Larry getting himself together, man, we're gonna press on, man. Hot button topics, man. I want to discuss on today. Still hanging around the NBA. Yesterday, Donovan Mitchell signed a $273 million max extension to stay with the Cleveland Cavs. I don't think anybody here thought he would be on the move. However, I didn't think he would be securing a bag of this size. Villain talking big dog. Donovan Spider Mitchell signs his big extension, staying in Cleveland. What say you, my guy?
He deserves his money. He's an all star. He's a top caliber player. I think the Cavs have to do a lot of interesting things to keep under that second apron. So reworking Harden's contract was a must, and I think they moved a couple pieces here and there. So I'm surprised he took all the money, but you know what? That's his. That's what his prerogative is. He deserves. He's a good player. So we'll see how that if that hampers the franchise in any way. But from a dark horse in Cleveland that didn't really have a shot or wasn't even in the running to get Donovan Mitchell a couple seasons ago to see where they are now is very interesting. So they really rebuilt that franchise. They obviously got swept in the NBA Finals by I don't know if you guys know, but the Knicks won the NBA Finals. So they were swept out
Nah.
there.
We had no idea. Thanks for reminding
Had
me,
no
bro.
idea, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, so real talk. That was a team that nobody thought would get that far in Cleveland. So the future is very bright for them as well.
Yeah, I feel you, big dog, man. Coach, talk to me with your head at, man. Donovan Mitchell signed a $273 million extension to stay in Cleveland.
You
With your head
know,
at.
something that I think is going under the radar here is that if you guys are familiar with the term hometown discount, Donovan
Yeah.
Mitchell gave them a hometown discount.
Hmm.
And let me explain. If he would have waited until next year, because there was still years left on this deal, so this is extension. If he would have waited until next year and probably would have made another All Star game, made another All NBA team, this deal could have been a $350 million deal. You
Right.
sign you sign the deal now, it's still a whole lot of money. And like the last year, that contract is like a $76 million player option. $76 million. Okay, and I think he has like a full no trade, so they can't just move him around because again, and it's like when you talk about the Jalen Brown deal, where it's like when the Cavs signed this deal, they did it like, hey, we have a superstar. We let a superstar leave once. We have to keep him here. They re-signed Harden, and then you look at like the Celtics. When the Celtics signed Jalen Brown to that deal, it was one of the things where it's like no way he finishes that deal out with the Celtics because it was just too much money. Like with the new ownership coming in, you kind of knew they were going to move him eventually. He wasn't going to play out that whole deal with the Celtics. And this is a deal where it's like Mitchell actually took less money. And it sounds crazy to say when you take all this money and he took less. He could have strung this out and signed for more. So him doing this deal actually gives them some flexibility. Now, how much flexibility? Their backs are up against that apron, pretty tough. But Mobley and a bunch of these guys are still young and still playing on their rookie deals. And again, it's going to be time for extensions and stuff like that. And what the NBA is hoping, and Barry knows about this world, about this part of the world, is like what the NBA is hoping is that Amazon and Netflix and everybody else keeps kicking more and more and more and more money into the NBA, and the NBA, like just continues to grow and stuff like that to where more money because if not that, it's like it's crazy because again, this money is getting ridiculous in the NBA, and it's because Amazon is going to pay $4 or $5 billion when it's time to re-up. Netflix is going to want to get into the NBA. Like they're going to be NBA games on Netflix here pretty soon, guys.
Absolutely.
So it's just ESPN and look, TNT can say what they want to. They're already feeling the hurt from not having the NBA. So Turner's probably going to get back in it and pay a whole bunch of money to get back in the NBA side of things. So it's just, yeah.
Well, I
So
don't know
like
if they can get in the NBA though, Coach. I think they made that deal for college football, right?
they made the deal for
Uh,
college football, and it's like I guess it's like they're gonna play some playoff games and stuff like that.
mhm.
And like I think like they're gonna like, a lot of Big 12 games are gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like on
yeah,
the
yeah.
Turner. Yeah.
Hmm.
But again, it's like yeah. With that, I still feel like Turner would be like, look, man, give us something. Give us like Saturday night basketball or something like that. I feel like they're going to want to like kind of sneak back in there and get
Yeah,
something else. It won't be how it was, but they'll definitely
yeah,
be like, look, get we miss it. Get us back in here. Because
right.
like we have all this programming that we got to fill in. Look, it's like welcome to Tuesday night Dynamite live on TBS. You know what I'm saying? It's like 'cause they have all this airtime and they're doing great with that, whatever. But I feel like yeah, with the TV money going up and like ad and stuff and ad money and stuff like that, yeah, it's like this is the new normal for these NBA contracts because I always go back to remember when Kevin Garnett signed that $120 million deal. He's going to be making $18 million a year. What? And now it's like
You
Steph
can
Curry's
make
gonna be
that in
making
2 seasons. You can make that
Steph
in two
Curry
seasons,
Steph
right?
Curry's gonna be making like $59 million next year. Like Jalen
Hmm.
Brown's gonna be making like 57. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. Like what this NBA money is getting to now. So we'll see.
It,
But
it,
at the end of the day, I think it's a necessary evil because it's like it's the price that you pay for NBA guys now.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
but I heard the Knicks had an adverse effect on the money that's going to come in. I think they didn't grow as much as they thought they were because the Knicks swept through the last two
Hmm.
rounds of the Eastern Conference, and it was a 5 game series. So they didn't get that sixth game, which is where you really start to make that revenue, that ad money. And I think they only saw like a 6% lift in the
Hmm.
cap year from last year when they are
Hmm.
projected, I think 15% increase.
Oh, see, I didn't know
So
that because see, like that's huge. Because when we're talking from 6% to 15%, that is hundreds of
mhm,
millions of dollars in revenue that they're missing. So that's a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll pull the numbers for you. I just saw it like I think it was earlier today. Um, Yeah, so they prevented the salary cap from jumping as high as the projected amount. The cap was finalized at 160, about 165 million, a 6% increase. Then it was a forecasted 10% increase. So they have projected 10% that the cap was going to go up, and only went up 6.7% increase. So that's going to affect. That's going to have a trickle effect now, right? So
Oh yeah,
what's
yeah.
gonna happen is the cap's not going to go up as much, and then the amount you can charge a Netflix or Turner or NBC for NBA games is going to go down. So yeah, it's going to be it's going to have a big effect on what's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy because like remember like the reason why the Warriors were able to afford Kevin Durant because it was that weird one-time jump in
Yes,
the cap
yes,
where they
yep,
were able to like slide the Durant deal in, and
right,
then like
yep,
and then the cap went right back down next year because
hmm
the Warriors because they have people who are smarter than just everybody in the league. The Warriors like wait a minute, there's gonna be this. They looked at the numbers and like there's gonna be this little literal one time that we can do a deal like this. They did it. They
right.
won a couple chips. You know what I'm saying? And it worked out
Whipped
for them.
it,
Yeah.
whipped it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Turner has college basketball. I think they're going to lean into that a little bit more this year. But
collegiate sports is
um,
going to be big for Turner moving forward. I think that's
Yeah, yeah,
their lane.
yeah,
Yep.
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and they
Um,
got MLB once a week. You got college football. They got college basketball. I think they have. Well, USA has WNBA. So I don't know
USA has
how well
WNBA.
that's. Yeah, I don't know
They
how well that's
have
doing.
they have the MLB.
Who's that?
USA.
Oh, they do. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they got the
So
MLB.
NBC has the All Star game. Netflix has
The Derby.
Home run
the
derby.
Derby, the home run
Yeah,
derby, and they have archives of the Derby on Netflix, which is a really good
Yeah,
move
yeah.
for
yeah,
them
I
too.
yeah.
saw that. I was like, I need to
Pretty
get
cool.
into that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I you know the one I want to watch, Coach, in series. You know which one I want to watch? I think it's '94 at the old Three Rivers Stadium
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
like Big Her, Ken Griffey.
yeah,
That was probably my favorite Derby of all time. So that'd be a
yeah.
great one to watch.
We'll touch baseball here in a minute because we're here at the brink of All Star, and we definitely got to talk a little baseball. As you know, the
You sure
season
you want to talk
turns.
about baseball?
Yeah, I need to. I need. I need the vents. You know what I'm saying? I need.
Because I don't want to. I don't really want to. I really don't want to talk about baseball. To be honest with
I
you, I know
need
I got my
fun.
Astros. I know I got my Astros hat on, but boy, I tell you, baseball is something I really don't want
You
to talk
see
a whole
me
lot
still
about.
be I'm still rocking my Knicks hat. I refuse to put this Yankees hat on right now.
And these Bama's here. Before
I
we got on
mean,
the
like,
air, before we got on the air, we did have a trade take place. Actually, we had multiple trades take place, but the one I wanted to touch on was the Milwaukee Bucks and the Detroit Pistons. Karis LeVert and two future first round draft picks get sent to the Bucks for Torian Prince and Guy Harris. How you guys feel about this? I like this for both teams. I mean, Karis LeVert is a bucket. He can get himself. I think he averaged 13 and a half points a game last year. Torian Prince and Harris. Again, not so much points, but just another solid piece for the
Yeah.
Pistons. I'll start reverse order, man. Coach, talk to me, Big Dow. Karis LeVert on the move, Torian Prince on the move. Where's your head at?
Yeah, Levert is a player who I've always liked. I've always liked his game. You know, he's a solid player. I mean, he's not going to be like a superstar guy, I don't think. But like he's just a guy who I've always liked, and I think again, and then what's going back like with Prince stuff like and Harris like this again. This is one of those trades that is a good trade for both teams, I believe, and I. I do, like I said, I've always liked Karis LeVert. I've liked him from back when he was at Michigan. I've always liked this game. I again, I hate to even mention the team, but it's like there's a team that plays in Southeast Texas that I would have loved to been able. Like, if Karis LeVert is available, maybe that's a guy that you could use on your team. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm not doing
so
this today, sir.
yeah,
Hey,
look,
I
look,
try to not have meltdowns, man. Try not
look,
to.
look, 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 look.
I'm dealing with one already. I can't deal with another one.
I saw the trade and I was like, well, well, gee whiz, like, did not know that Karis LeVert, a guy that the Rockets could use, was available.
he used to play point guard, did he?
Bench scoring is a problem.
Exactly. Talk to him, Larry. Welcome in. It's like
What up,
when the
Larry?
when the, when, no,
What you do, Larry?
the Rockets have three guys who can consistently score the basketball. Okay, three guys, and one of them too busy trying to be. Anyway, Barry, your
That,
thoughts on the trade?
that, that.
Hey, we
No,
had a bench scoring, but we never played the guy, and we got rid of him.
God, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Listen,
You
I think the
lying.
trade is good for both sides. I'm not gonna lie. I like Harris LeVert's game too.
Yeah.
I think he is a good depth piece. I think he was not an odd man out in Detroit, but I don't think he really fit in that mold in there. I think it was going to be hard to get him some minutes, get him valuable minutes. So I think Milwaukee. I think that's a good place for him to go out there and shine.
Talk to me, Larry, man. Where's your head at, man? We touched on a little bit of the Donovan Mitchell deal before you got in, and then we just pivoted here to Karis LeVert
Hey,
and two future first round draft picks for Torian Prince and Gary Harris, man. Where's your head at?
I ain't mad at Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he walk around here like a $1 billion almost. Hey, that boy. Hey, look. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hey, look. I am not mad at him. Hey, you get your money, young fella.
Mhm.
But like I said, the thing with me is, does that translate into playoff success? Because with money like
It
that
does
come
if you get
expectations, and
the guy who should not be named right now because it's gonna start a
yeah,
war.
yeah. I mean, it come with expectations when you get the bag like that. But hey, let them keep upping and upping and upping the money. Now, with him getting that bag like that, what's going to be the fallout? That's what I would want to see. Just because Harden re-upped his deal, I want to say he's going to re-up at what, like 30 something mil.
Somewhere around there,
You
yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay Mobley, you got to pay Jared Allen. Then we all said it before. Somebody somebody's gonna get the short end of the stick. I don't
My
know,
dad says it
man.
like this, man. At some point, that bill comes due. You got to pay that bill. So,
Yeah, and I
um,
think Mobley got his extension. He got his like rookie
I think that
extension
his
I
already.
last
think he
year.
Yeah,
got his last
yeah,
year, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Yeah.
Mobley's paid, Mitchell's paid. You're gonna pay Harden,
Yeah,
and then
pay
everybody else
Jared
is
Jared Allen.
Allen, right?
yeah.
Jared
Gotta
Allen.
pay. He might
Yeah,
not get that. He
yeah,
might not get that money in
yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah. He might not be in Cleveland.
Especially if you
Yeah,
are trying to sign that individual.
yeah,
So
that
he
individual.
may be
Yeah,
the short end of the stick there.
hey, yeah, he might get the short end, but I'm not mad at him. Like I say, get his money, and the thing about it is, when you get extensions like that, it's not about really postseason. It's about what have you done in the regular season. Have you, made All NBA? Have you, made All Star games? Do you average, I don't know, 900 million points a game? It's those type of things that come into play. So get his money. Dude, the Levert trade, dude, like I actually kind of like it because we know
Yeah, I do
we know
too.
that
I think we
that
all do
the
actually.
Bucks the Bucks are rebuilding, and he's gonna go to a team where he just kind of has carte blanche. I didn't really like the fit in Detroit because Detroit needs guys that can space the floor for Cade, right? They need guys who are your quintessential 3 and D guys, the guys that are going to give him that space to operate. We all know Jalen Durant, anything, what, 8 feet and farther? Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, he's not that big who can, you know, he's not that big who can open the floor up either. He's not that big that can, get his own shot. He's more of a, clog the paint up type of big. And when you look at Levert, he's not in that mode. He's a slasher. He's a scorer. He needs the ball. So you're gonna take the ball out of Cade's hand. No. Is he gonna kind of be that traditional 3 guy to open up the floor? No. So if he doesn't fit that mold, what do? You ship him out. So hey, I like it. We'll see what happens. I don't think that the Bucks will be his final resting place. Um,
So you think he
I
moves?
think
You
that
think he moves for the end of the year?
yeah, I think he's gonna move for the end of
Trade
the year.
deadline
Yeah,
got
Yeah.
a
trade deadline.
contender will snatch him up.
Agreed.
I was gonna say that, Larry. I don't think he
Yeah,
finishes the season with the
no.
Bucks. And you know what? And it's like you guys keep skating around it and stuff like that. And it's like I know we can say his name when we talk about the Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like everybody knows that the Cavs are in it. Look, I'm just saying this. Look, I'm gonna say it. I know this is a bad word around here, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. The Cavs go out and get DeMar DeRozan, it's gonna improve the team. I think if they go get him, he's a vet presence on the
Oh
team.
God.
We can say his name, DeMar DeRozan, DeMar DeRozan, DeMar DeRozan. Okay, like I don't know why y'all so scared to say that man name. All right, but I will.
Drink just almost came out my nose. That's yeah. DeMar DeRozan is exactly who we're talking about. Say his name, and he
That's the
can
guy
be.
we're talking about.
The DeMar DeRozan would be a excellent fit in Cleveland.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know who y'all talking about. I was talking about
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan. Yeah.
I like DeMar DeRozan in Cleveland. Actually, I like DeMar DeRozan in Cleveland. What do you think he ends up though?
Wow.
Another, hey, you know what? Yeah, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan.
Mm,
And
I gotta think about that.
you don't gotta pay him vet
I
presence.
think I
Like
Miami.
I mean,
I think he goes to Miami.
I think Miami is perfectly in the spot for him. Honestly,
Miami be a good place for him,
Nah.
but I think if he goes to Cleveland, see, you know what? Knowing DeRozan's like personality, he don't like the flash and South Beach and and all that and Ocean Drive and stuff like that. That don't appeal to him. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Cleveland again, like a little bit slower
who wants to
pace,
go to
like.
Cleveland though? Like nobody willingly chooses Cleveland.
But DeMar DeRozan's a real hooper. He want to hoop. He want to
LeBron
ball.
did.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
I like that, Corey. I like that.
the
You know what? He's a,
Toronto's a good one too.
no, because what do you see on minutes
No,
for him at? No,
Nah,
because what he
there's no fit for him
there's
there.
no is no fit for him there. DeMar
so let
DeRozan,
There's
me
no
get this straight.
there's no
He
minutes
played.
for him. There's no
He
minutes
played
for
yeah,
the
him.
majority of
But
his
but but but
majority
but
of his
you're not
career.
getting DeMar DeRozan to play 32 minutes a game. Not at
Yeah,
this stage of his career.
but
like
who do you pull off the court for him in Toronto?
Scotty Barnes. Oh no, because Scotty Barnes said
Mm-mm,
No,
too.
yeah, no. You keep Scotty Barnes on the court at all
No, no,
times if
no,
you're
no.
the
I'm not.
Raptors.
I'm not doing them all.
Hey,
I was looking at
RJ
position
played
for
really good.
continuity.
RJ
RJ played really
Barrett,
good.
like RJ
RJ played
Barrett
really
can't
good.
play all the minutes. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I mean you bring in the Rosen to come off the bench at this
yeah,
point. Like
DeRozan's bench scoring. At this point, he's bench scoring. It's like he had to play a bunch because it was the Kings. But it's like if you even if he goes to Miami, if he goes to Cleveland, if he goes, I just feel like at this point in his career, DeMar DeRozan isn't like the guy. He is
huh,
now. See, now that's fake. That's fake news, Corey, because Kawhi actually played like 60. Like,
Yeah,
he was healthy as an ox this year for the first time
yeah,
in a long time. So it's
first
like
time.
I'm going to actually push back a little bit on the whole Kawhi
vision and
always
system.
hurt. Is like Kawhi
He's
actually.
doing that to get his bread. Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
From
He gonna get
Kawhi,
his money. Then he gonna be like, my back,
my
my
neck, my
neck.
back.
Dude,
I
let
need
me
a
let me let me
backiotomy.
let me throw a curveball at y'all right quick, right? I could see him going to the Nets.
Don't send him in the Nets.
No, I'm just
Don't
he's a
do that.
vet.
He
He can
ain't
go
do
anywhere
To
else.
do
nothing
to
wrong.
to to do
Wait, wait, wait,
what?
He
wait,
didn't
He
start
wait.
ain't
for
This
do
is what I'm
himself.
gonna
nothing
tell y'all.
wrong, Larry.
Wait, no, wait. This is what I'm gonna tell y'all. You got to remember, DeRozan. He's a volume guy, right? He go to the Nets.
So was
He got
Julius
basically
Randle. On
he
one
got
ball.
no wait, but he got carte blanche at the Nets, and he can be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go there, ball out half of the season, like we said, trade deadline. Trade me to a contender. Kind of be that gentleman's agreement. I'll go there. I'll ball out. I'll rebuild my career, and then hey,
But I don't
He's
think
here we
his
building
go.
career.
a career. He's
I don't think
building
his
a
career
career.
needs rebuilding. It's like I
He
feel
Well,
like
no,
he
like I
wants
said
to win.
I mean, I need him to
at
get a
this
ring.
yeah.
at
That's
this
about it.
stage
But
at this stage of his career, I just think he needs to go somewhere like Cleveland, go somewhere like Miami, Toronto. Is like
somewhere where he can try to get a ring.
yeah, it's
But
like I read earlier that the Lakers weren't interested because so that we take that off. You know what I'm saying the board. So I mean again, it's like I don't
The
know. I
Lakers are trying
just
to get Kaminga, which I think is still
but
funny.
Steve, I mean Steve, put your basketball hat on, right? Like he's not that. He's a mid range scorer, and I feel like
long twos all day.
yeah,
Yes.
long twos all day, and on the Nets he can long to you all day. And at that point, they can be like, okay, he's averaging, I don't know, 25 a game or 20 something a game. Hey, we'll trade you to a contender. That way, he's not going into some situation where he's taking a reduced role. Because I feel like he's the guy he needs. He needs his shots. That's
I
how
don't think. I don't think. I don't think at
he's
this stage of
looking at it.
his career, that's what he needs. You're thinking
He's
about
always been like
4 years
that.
ago, DeRozan.
No, but he's always been like that. He needs shots.
Yeah, I mean he needed shots when he was like the guy like in Toronto, and he needed shots like a couple years. Like I said, I feel like DeMar DeRozan again. He agreed like it was a mutual agreement, whatever like this. Like he's not going.
Yeah.
He could have got all the shots he wanted in Sacramento, Larry. He could have just
I
stayed in
don't know
Sacramento if it's about getting
because
shots
if
up.
Levine come back, I don't know, man. I don't know. They got some guys. I don't know if he would got as many shots up. But I can see the Nets. I can also see. I'm gonna throw another curveball, y'all. I can see the Pacers.
I would love to see him and
I
Tyrese
I
Halliburton
can
together. But the problem
I can
is
see them
Tyrese
in the
Halliburton has to
Pacers.
step up and play. Tyrese
Yeah,
has to play the three.
the Pacers again before this Middleton trade, I was thinking maybe Dallas would be a good place for him to end up.
I thought about
But
that
now,
too.
but now after the Middleton trade, now that now there's no reason for him to go get him now. So like I was thinking Dallas, but then now after that trade, it's like yeah, they got their vet
Are
shooter
y'all aware
now.
of the
So
fact that DeMar DeRozan averaged almost 19 a game last year?
yes, because I watched a dangerous amount of Kings basketball last year. Yes.
That's insane. I didn't think he was averaging that many points. So again, it's
Yeah,
not
he
like
was fun.
huh. So Larry may be on to something here about volume shooting. So maybe
I mean, that's how he scores his points. It's just he's a guy who he needs to throw the ball up a whole lot. He's not efficient, but I feel like
He's
there's
death
going to
by
be
paper cuts.
one of these teams, like the Heat will probably be like, look, man, we got 18 to 20 minutes a night for you, you know.
that's what he
Come,
needs.
The only problem with the Heat is, don't hold me to this, but if I'm not mistaken, they are in that first April after that Giannis trade, and it gets a whole lot more restricted about who you can
and
and can't sign.
and the Heat have one of the few owners who is a legit like billionaire, not part of our ownership group. Mickey Arison is a legit billionaire. He does not care about your apron. He don't.
Well, the apron. What I'm saying, the apron. You got to remember, dude. The apron ain't the apron. The apron ain't about just writing a check. You got a
Yeah,
whole lot of restrictions on you, what you can and can't do because
yeah.
of
The
that
apron
apron.
is not about like cutting a check,
Yeah,
man. It's like you don't
Yeah,
get the
they're in that first
trade,
April.
you don't get the
yeah.
sign and
Sign the
trade,
cut.
you
Yeah,
don't
you
get a
don't get none of
mid-level
that.
exception. Like there's
Yeah,
a
they're in the
lot to
first
the
April, so
apron.
they can't do anything with that.
It's not
Yeah,
SMU death penalty level, but it will mess your team up for the next couple of years. It's not a joke.
yeah. And if you go into that second apron, and now you forfeit draft picks. It's not just writing a check like it
Hmm.
used to be. So I think if it was just writing a check, yeah, he probably would end up in Miami or somewhere like that. But that ain't the case.
Teams that get in that apron, they come right out of it the next year. They don't play.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if this is a let's push our chips into the middle of the table type deal.
would you do that though?
I would if I feel like I got a roster where I'm like, look, okay, let's
Miami
look.
doesn't though.
Yeah,
Miami
exactly.
doesn't.
Miami doesn't.
Miami doesn't. But look, I don't think they do. We don't think they do. They might think they do. They might think Giannis and whatever like that. They might think, you know what? We got Giannis. We got this. Like, let's push all our chips into the table, and we'll just, it's just like with the Rams. Like F them picks. It's like F the apron. It's like let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
It's not the same. That's apples and
You know,
bananas. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I
that's
mean,
not the same.
it's the same
dude,
practice where it's like, look, it's like we'll deal with the ramifications of this after the fact. It's
Not
like if we win,
yeah,
if we win a
but the
championship,
NBA
who cares?
coach, you know better. The NBA, the second apron is different than F them picks in the NFL. It's a different beast. It just
yeah,
is.
and I'll go even further. Put y'all basketball hat on. I'm looking at it from a fit. Giannis takes up so much of the paint.
And then you got Bam.
Bam, and then you got Bam, and you already having to try to figure out how Bam and Giannis are going to play off each other because they basically play the same position. How you going to work them two in? Bobby Portis, and then you add in another guy who's going to clog up a lot in the lane too.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
but
I don't know
so
about
here's the
that.
thing. So like
You
y'all,
forgot about Andrew Wiggins there too.
yeah. So
Oh yeah,
here's
that too.
so y'all seem to know more about the apron than I do because I thought it was just like maybe like you can jump back out of it because I thought it was like long term. It's like if you stay in the apron. So it's like once you cross into the apron, then you lose the draft picks, you lose the mid level exception, you lose all the trade ability stuff like that. I thought if you stayed in the apron, is that's where the penalties came.
Mm-mm.
Once you
No.
go into the apron, is that's when they start clamping down. See, I didn't
X
know that.
X X
Mhm.
Barry why they let Mitch Robinson go.
Cheaper.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, they
That was
that
you got
apron,
you
bro.
got a cheaper guy in Drummond that does the exact same thing and
Same
might hit
same
a free
thing.
throw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I mean we three Rockets fans on there. Everybody was talking about why the Rockets didn't make a move
Well,
when
yeah.
Fred went
I knew
down,
that. Yeah. Mm.
and we literally had to go to the league to get approval for an exception to replace Fred because we was already in the first apron.
we ain't
It's
now. So
yeah, it's what's called it. It's almost like you have to go beg and ask mom and dad for permission to go do stuff when you get into that first
essentially,
apron.
yes.
Yeah,
Essentially, yes.
so that's why teams really try to stay out of it. They for sure try not to get into that second apron because that second apron is like yeah you on punishment, but now you getting your Xbox taken. You getting the hey yeah you
And
getting
you
you
ain't
getting the
taking my
draft pick
Xbox.
taken. Yeah, hey for real. But yeah, that second apron is no joke. So I don't see him. I don't maybe not seeing him there. I could even see him. I hate to say that dreaded word, but I could see him with the Thunder. They
I
did
want to
trade
kick
off
you
some
off
of
the
their
screen
guards.
right now.
They
I need to
they
Hang
kick
on,
you
I
off
want
the
to
they
screen
throw
right now.
something at you right now.
Yeah,
hey
I'm not. I'm now.
they just traded what's the guy Mitchell who's a guard.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking about a reduced role, when Shea comes out, he's like Shea's
But DeMar
dad,
DeRozan is not a point guard. He's two.
but he
He's a swing. He
plays
can play three or
similar.
he play the three or the
It,
two.
but if you look at Shea's game, Shea plays more of a mid range. He will hit some threes. He will take it to the rack. If you're gonna pull Shea out sometime, put DeRozan in. If he's gonna take a reduced role, they just like I said, they just traded two of their guards away, so they gotta open it for another guard.
I mean, but the
Yeah,
Thunder, the way the Thunder played, like, don't lend themselves to a bunch of like 17-foot jump shots.
They tolerated with Shea.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Shea is the
Yeah.
MVP.
The
But I'm
MVP.
saying,
Yes,
but
yes.
I'm
They
saying, but they tolerate
tolerate how that
with
guy plays. Like,
yeah,
yes.
they tolerate that play, and they find a way to play around it when he plays. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
that's
think.
how I look
I
at
don't.
it.
I don't think. I don't think the Timberwolves. Not the Timberwolves. I don't think the. That's another squad I may look at. But
Hmm.
I don't. I don't think the Thunder are in the DeRozan camp. But I could be wrong.
No,
Before we move on
Yeah,
basketball,
yeah. When DeMar DeRozan's playing for the Nuggets, we'll be like, "Yep, we knew it. We knew it."
but we gotta remember he's an LA guy too. I could even see him going to the Clippers. The Clippers just traded Kawhi.
I mean, he won. I mean,
They got
he
minutes
wanted to
over
go
there.
to LA. So,
I mean, yeah, he's an
They
LA
got
guy,
minutes
so I
there.
mean, yeah.
but not the
Hey,
Lakers
Rui,
because the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers are
No, it's
going
funny.
Rui,
Yeah,
Rui took
it's like,
Rui
man,
took that
I want
Clippers
to go
money.
home. I want to go home. And the Spurs are like, best we can do is Sacramento, big dog. That's the closest we can get you home. We can get you to Sacramento. Like,
Hey,
That's
look, what's
Cali. You
called
know
it?
what I'm saying? You know, Cali. Before
Rui
we
said he
move
didn't
on
want to go to
basketball,
Arizona, so he
yeah,
stayed
you
in
know
LA
that.
too.
Before we move on
That's 100%.
basketball, I got to talk a little bit about Brad Stevens and what he said regarding the Jalen Brown trade, which I thought was complete nonsense. He said, when I looked at our team and where the league was heading, looked at the way that we finished the past couple years and the unbelievable way we played in the regular season the last couple years, the path looked a little bit more challenging to me. I might be wrong. I'm not going to stand up here and be defensive about that, but the path looked a little bit more challenging with 7% of our cap and such high percentage of usage tied into two players. So he boiled it down to money. Bull crap.
that's what I said earlier. I literally said that earlier. I literally said that. What did I say earlier?
I buy that. I buy
I,
that
I can't.
because
Talk to me about it,
I
coach. Oh,
no
very talk to me, man.
no listen. It's the idea that you're paying Tatum and Brown max money. Like the I just told you the salary cap is 165. They're paying both of those guys what 60 million a year. You
Yeah,
how can you fill a team after that? You got $40 million, $45 million to fill a team, and with two guys that take up the same space, and you've had them for 10 years together and won one. I mean, you won one, but you had 10 years. We were talking about breaking them up 3 years
yeah.
ago.
Yep.
Coach, am I
Hmm.
lying?
No, no, you're not lying. But it wasn't because of the money.
But
It's because
right, it was
it was
because of the
because of other
fit.
things. Yeah.
It
Hmm.
was because of the fit. But still, now you got to pay those guys max money. So it's one of those dudes are going to be a casualty of war. That's
Well, see,
just it. It was
So then
inevitable.
let's bring in a guy who only makes what Paul George is gonna make, what, 50. So Paul George makes a little. Thank you, Corey. Because like
Yeah, but he's coming off the book. He's coming off the book.
let's bring in an older guy. But I mean, it still is.
I listen. Listen,
Let's bring in an older guy who only makes like $3 million less.
Coach. I didn't say that the trade was good. If you read my article on
the excuse that Brad
executivesview.com about
Stevens
the
gave is
trades,
right.
I said, but wait, I said on my article that the Celtics got fleeced. Okay,
They did.
I ain't say they made the right move getting the stuff back, but getting them out, I thought was the right move. So
My
But you
thing
yeah.
is
traded
this.
to the team that you lost to in the playoffs. You traded to that's if this ain't the most
I
Kevin
didn't. I
Durant
didn't say
type
he
of
made the
deal,
right move.
dude.
Like what he did. I agree breaking them up, and I agree
Yeah,
that you can't pay them both that kind of money. Other
correct.
than that, Brad Stevens, your time is up. All right, like find you another job. Go back to Butler. All right, the kit rots.
Dude. So the problem, dude, I'm gonna tell you the problem with that was a BS excuse, but you know the real problem was because Tatum and Brown can play together and they can win together. It was
They did
when
it.
you said it's when you said we are not gonna pay the Drew Holidays, we're not gonna pay
Mm-hmm.
the Porzingises, we're not gonna pay the Cornets.
Mm-hmm.
You offloaded all of the depth pieces around them. You can win with two max players. It's been done over and over again. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
the Knicks, y'all got like basically two max players. And I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you right now, they're probably going to keep two max players. You
Mm-hmm.
can do it, but you got to have solid depth around. And they got rid of the depth, and now the team isn't performing. So you don't get rid of one of your superstars, you rebuild the depth. That's what you do. So that's
And
a
I think
BS
you
excuse.
start doing that by clearing out cap space. To me, but I mean, I could be
Yeah,
wrong. I'm probably wrong. The
but I'm
villain,
not.
Well, I
villain
mean, I
might be
mean, look,
wrong.
I
Hey,
mean, but so
villain,
so you clear out a little bit of cap space, and it's like, I mean, I don't know Paul George's like contract, but I mean, is it expiring? Does he have
I think
anything left after this year?
he has a
Give me a second.
player option for 57 million. I thought
Give me a
So
second. I'll
so
tell you.
so
it's a
so
2 year
so
deal. He this year and next year is the player option. I think I could be wrong. Coach
You are
Michael
correct, sir.
Theory.
You're correct.
so are the Celtics now banking on like Paul George saying, you know what, no, thank you to that
No,
fifty
he
seven
didn't.
million
No,
dollars?
he they.
Next year, Villain is the player option.
But next year that if he opts in, isn't that a tradable contract? You can get out of that. You can.
as
That's an
as as
expiring
as,
contract.
as Rockets fans, we all know yes. The answer to that is yes. When you
Very
opt
much
into
so.
that option, you are now eligible to be traded.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a whatever it is what it is. But
dude.
um
But you know what I'm gonna say,
yes.
dude.
Mhm.
So this is where I go with it too. I get it. If you're talking about the money and all this other stuff, I'm talking about from the sheer basketball standpoint. I don't make somebody in my own division a instant contender. I'm trading him. Hey, I needed more than Paul George. I needed more than Paul George in that trade if I'm gonna do it in my division. Other than
Mhm.
that, he would have been on the Mavs. He would have been in the
Philly calls me,
Jazz. He would
I
have been
hang up
anywhere
that
else.
phone. If
Yes.
Philadelphia calls me, I hang up
Yes.
that phone. There is no way, to your point, Larry, that I trade him to a team that
No,
I just
no,
lost to.
Detroit calls me, I hang
no,
up. The Knicks call me, I
no.
hang up.
If
Uh,
Philadelphia called me and said you can
Cleveland
have
calls me, I
Tyrese
hang up.
Maxey or BJ Edgecombe for Jalen Brown, we can talk. But you picked up the phone for
Yeah.
Paul George.
Paul George, yeah.
36
Hello.
year old
Hello.
Paul George.
Hello. It'll be hello. Hello. This is a bad connection. Like, yeah, I don't know
Well,
what this is.
I
You don't
think it shows literally how unserious the Celtics think the Sixers are. They're like, you know
Oh, of
what?
course.
Yeah, it's like we lost y'all. Whatever. Who cares? Like, here's Jalen Brown. Whatever. We'll take Paul George back, and then it's like I feel like Brad Stevens has to like convince himself. of
That
this.
he did
He's
the
like,
right
well,
thing.
yeah, like it's like what, Paul is a guy who he played really well in the playoffs last year, and this is that,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing's really gonna change and something. And it's like, okay, Brad, if that helps you sleep at night, then
Mm-hmm.
hey, who am I to say?
Well, he
Look,
can't
I'll
fire
even
himself, can he?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but dude, you know what? And I'll go even further. For I'm the older guy on right now, but I know we all remember this. It's like Jalen Brown. You were in MVP conversation last year. I think he finished what, like fourth or something, third or fourth.
Yeah, he finished like fourth.
So if you saying okay, these is a potential MVP. You remember when the Sixers traded Charles Barkley after he won the MVP? They were
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? Welcome to Phoenix, homeboy.
No,
You are
no,
going to
no,
be
no, no.
nowhere near us.
He didn't win. He won MVP in
He
Phoenix.
in
Yeah,
Phoenix, but
exactly.
he was
Yeah,
close to
but he
winning it.
was,
He was
but
close.
he
And
was,
then he
he
got
was the
reminded by
player that
Jordan.
he knew he couldn't get past Jordan in the East, and he went
Yeah, but
west.
he was
Go west,
but
young
he
man.
was close.
And
He
then
was
he ran
close to
into Jordan and
winning with the
lost.
six. Yeah, but
Yeah,
but still,
Yeah, life
they
swing
didn't
is
say
like
we're
that.
everybody
Yeah.
ran into Jordan and lost.
yeah, but they didn't say we're gonna trade him to the because the Knicks was close to. They didn't say we're gonna trade him to the Knicks. They said, you know what? Have fun in the desert. We're gonna send you out all the way out west, not right around the corner, bro. You do not do that. You do not give the guy the bigger house across the street from you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sending you to welcome to Utah, homeboy, or somewhere.
I,
That
I,
was
I, didn't,
in
I
my
didn't
opinion, that
understand
was
the deal.
a bad
I
move.
never understood the deal, but the
No.
fact that Brad Stevens went out there and said that nonsense made the deal
what,
worse for
what,
me.
what did you want him to say though? Serious?
I
What
wanted
did
him
you
to
want?
say that there was some unresolved issues that we couldn't backtrack from.
He
Um,
wasn't gonna disrespect him
don't,
like that though.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Don't make it about the money, and then you go get Paul George, who to Coach's point makes what $3 million less.
Yeah, but you're
Not
you're
like much.
paying you're paying him for 2 years. You're paying Jalen Buck 4 years at least. Listen, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm just saying it 1 out of 10 years. The fit, we all talked about the fit. The fit wasn't working. The
See,
curl wasn't curling all the
here's my
way.
argument. Here's my argument against the fit. They just won the chip 2 years ago.
But this is the guy in the fourth quarter that choked in the playoffs.
Again, they just won the chip 2 years ago.
All right, what
He
have you
was
done for
the
me lately,
MVP of
bro?
the finals. He
Okay.
was the MVP of the finals. He and Paul.
Who were you trading? Tatum or Brown?
I would have traded Jalen Brown.
Tatum. I'll trade Tatum.
Yeah.
You're not
Accountability,
trading.
availability is the best.
I mean,
Yeah,
I may have traded Brown because I would have thought you would have got a bigger haul for Brown.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but Jalen Brown.
But the
I'm gonna put it like this: Jalen
but
Brown
the
has
trade
always
for Paul
been
George,
the guy.
who's 36 years old and on the back
Well,
nine
well,
of his
no.
career.
Well, serious to your point is like a lot of this has to do with the type of person Jalen Brown is off the court. Like
Correct.
his on the court ability is not questioned. He is one of the best players in the NBA. Nobody here, I think, is questioning that. A lot of the reason why he was so disposable and movable is a lot of things that he does off the court. He's very vocal about like public things, and and like he's on social media a lot, and he streams, and he does this and that. And of course, again, one of the dumbest things that I've heard is that he's too smart.
Yeah, that's dumb.
And it's like and it's
You know
like
they don't want smart black people.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
and it's
That
like
part.
it's like, oh, he always thinks he's the smartest person in the room, and it's like, you know what? If you know anything about Jalen Brown's background, when he walks into a room, he's usually the smartest person in the room. No, and that's not that's not being facetious. Like, he's usually the smartest person in the room. This is a guy who, I don't know, interned at NASA, went to Cal.
Yep.
Last time I checked, you don't get you can't walk into Cal and graduate from Cal. This is
Yeah.
top notch school.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like this guy's teaching like robotics classes and stuff like that. He's lecturing at MIT, and it's like,
Yeah, too smart for BET. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly. It's like, so
Let's
let's keep it a buck here. It's like the on court fit. Okay, we always question it at times. The money is one thing. A lot of the reason why he was so easily tradable, so to speak, was because He's very loud with it, should I say?
Steve,
He's not, so
man, Steve, forget that. Rip the Band-Aid off, bro. It's Boston. What is Boston notorious for?
I
Yeah,
so I'm
mean,
I mean, we can go there, but
I am going to push all the way back on that as somebody who spent a lot of time in Boston over the last 6 years because my son lives there. So
Yep.
that is not as prevalent as people think.
I mean, I get it.
okay.
It's
Hang
not
on.
as
Wait, whoa,
prevalent,
whoa,
but
whoa. It is. It is. It is. It is there everywhere. You just may not see it in your face when you're there, but it's there. And
Because Connecticut is the land of milk and honey. There's no racism
hell,
there.
hell no. I'm not
well,
gonna
I'm in
do it
Texas.
today. I'm like,
Hey,
listen.
I'm
I'm
in
not gonna
Texas,
do
There,
it
so
there,
today.
there's
There,
there's no racism
there,
in There's no racism in Pittsburgh
no.
or
There's
Houston
listen.
or
I'm on.
the DMV. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm on the I'm on the Gold Coast. There,
but
uh, our
when you
store is
got a city
sponsored
like
by
that,
ProMed. Get 15% off your order.
yes,
We don't want to
hey,
discriminate anybody.
no,
Republicans wear Nikes too. You know.
I mean, hey, but we calling a spade, bro. Like, dude, I'm quite sure it was probably some rumblings in that office, in the
Mhm.
ownership office about, hey,
I'm not
we
sure if
we
that's
don't we
accurate.
don't.
Not to double tap on Steve there. I'm just not sure
I
if
mean, because if you
that.
if you think about it, who's been more available in Boston? Jalen Brown or Tatum? Brown.
Jalen
Who's
Jalen
Brown.
been
Brown.
more Who's been more productive on the court? Brown. Who
But
got them?
whose
Who
team is it?
it's
who got
Jason
them over
Tatum's
the
Tatum.
team.
hump? Who got
Exactly.
them
So
over
he
the
got
Tatum.
to
hump?
go.
Who
The
got
other
them
guy
over the
got to
hump?
go. He ain't gonna mess up my money.
Brown. Brown's got him over the hump. Like I said, so
Mhm.
you trade
That's the
your
Finals MVP,
most
bro.
Yeah, I
productive.
mean Brown
Yes,
won
yes,
MVP.
and
The
he won
finals. Yeah.
That's your
MVP,
closer.
and he won it
Jalen
for a
Brown is
reason.
your closer.
He
Yeah,
won
but
it for a
the
reason.
whose team is it? Is Tatum, and that's a
It's
problem.
Tatum's team, quote unquote, but Jalen Brown is your
Quote
closer.
unquote.
And
and
that's the
again,
So
and
problem.
again, and
That's why
again,
Brown got
and
to
again,
go.
yeah, and then in Tatum jerseys, like you see more zeros around the city than you see sevens. You're gonna see five zeros before you see 1 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's from somebody who I was just there a couple months ago, and that's just how it is.
And if that's the case, Steve, and if that's the case, and like I said, if you're looking at Jalen Brown, I'm kind of going with Barry. You get a haul for him. You,
right.
in my eyes, you traded him for the equivalent of like peanuts for Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hell,
Yeah,
Bridges went for 5 first rounders. Bridges, like we seen
yeah.
guys
Listen,
go
listen. We Brad Stevens got
for
desperate. That Brad
Desperate.
Stevens
And that's
just
the thing
tried
that this
anything.
reeks of.
Yeah, desperate.
Very much
Because we talked about this. It's like after the whole thing, they tried to go get Young. They tried to like pull it out and stuff like that. And then once they got out there, we said this. He was never going to play for the Celtics ever again. He could
Mhm.
not go back into that locker room after not being able to pull off the Giannis trade. So they got desperate. So then they literally had to move him for pennies on the dollar because they put their cards out on the table and it didn't work out. And then again, it's like the Sixers smartly took advantage of that because it's like he couldn't be a Celtic anymore. They had to get him out of
yeah.
Boston ASAP, and therefore you sell
And
it.
they didn't put all the cards in the table, Coach. That wasn't that was a crappy offer compared to what
it
the
was.
Heat
It
did.
was.
So if
Yeah.
you were gonna really trade Jalen Brown, you should have put your best foot forward, and you didn't do that. And then you got caught with your pants down.
I think it
That's
was
what
the air.
happened.
I think it was arrogance on the Celtics part to where they was like,
Yes.
they was like, oh well, here you go, here you go,
Hmm.
and the Bucks was like, well, wait a minute, it's like we can get a better trade from somebody. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to take this just sorry ass trade. We can get a
Hmm.
better trade, and they
Hmm.
did, and it's like, and the Celtics are like, oh
No.
man,
Yeah.
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 No, Steve. I'll
Now,
go. I'll go. I'll go even further. And I got three Rockets fans on the show, dude. The trade that they tried to swing. Oh my God! I was reading. I was like, if Raphael Stone would have did that, him and Brad Stevens should have been both fired. Because I don't know if you
I'd
saw
be happy
the.
with Raphael
no, no,
Stone doing anything
Did
at
y'all?
this
Yeah, I
point.
would.
Pick up
But
a phone,
y'all
make
saw
the
the
try.
y'all saw the discussion. Y'all saw the
yeah,
discussion, right?
yeah, I saw it.
It
Yeah,
was actually trade. It was actually trade talks, and they wanted to get Durant and Sengun out of Houston for Jalen Brown. No, 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 no. Steve, what you say? You can have one or the other, but you can't have both.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
y'all done had
yeah, yeah,
discussions
yeah.
like
It's
that.
like you can have one or the other,
Yeah,
but not both. And it's like Raphael Stone
yeah,
because he's an idiot. It's like he would have done that deal if not for like for whatever reason. It's just like I don't know. Like
He ain't paying
it's
his
a
phone
it's
bill. I'm sure he made the
it's
call.
it's a situation where again it's like the Celtics kind of like they again like I said earlier, if Brad Stevens has to tell himself this stuff to like make him feel better about this, but like
Yeah.
I'm not owned. I'm not owned. You know what I'm saying? You didn't. Even, I won this trade. You know, it's like no, you didn't, Brad. It's like
Reminds me of
it's fine.
somebody else
yeah,
we know, but anyhow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
yeah. He was kind of to me when I looked at it, I was like, they're basically trying to trade Jalen Brown for Giannis straight up, and they're like, you know what, sucker, we can find a sucker in Houston to get in this trade too, and the sucker you wanted didn't fall for it, and that's why it fell apart.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's what they
So,
wanted to do. They wanted to try to they wanted a straight up trade,
Yeah,
and the Bucks were like, no.
no,
about that. About about that. Moving right along, gentlemen. I know we've been watching it and talking a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit of World Cup really quickly. We don't got to spend a lot of time on that. The USA's run came to an end yesterday. Belgium put belt to backside, if you will. I
No, you
didn't
didn't.
expect.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No,
USA
no.
lost that game. Did you watch that game?
I watched
They,
the
could have
whole
been
entire
they,
worse.
game.
they
It
look
could have
they
been
look
worse.
like a they yeah, but they look like a bunch of like middle schoolers playing a college team.
That's
That
that,
that
that, that that's essentially what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like Belgium
no,
beat they
but it
mouth.
wasn't Belgium putting boot the like USA blew that game. They look
How
they
you
look
figure?
they just looked like a team that wasn't ready. That they were in the limelight and they saw the lights and they were like, "What are we doing here? What the
Yeah,
hell?" Like
lights were too
that.
bright.
I didn't
Too
see it
bright.
Like
that way, but
light were too
yeah,
bright.
I'm not
That's
gonna
how I
bow on
saw it.
that.
That's how I saw it. I
I looked at it
mean,
like
Lord
this.
have
I
mercy.
looked at it like this. Belgium jumped up, they got the equalizer, and then they just started making bonehead mistakes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Belgium capitalized.
That's bright lights, brother. You know what I'm
Doesn't
saying?
mean
Like
yeah, I mean
flashing lights, lights.
But some of that was like it was just bad decision making by
Yeah.
the American squad,
yeah.
and a good team takes advantage of when the other team makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Belgium didn't need the help. Belgium's good
Yeah.
enough
No.
now. This is a Belgium team that is on the back end of what they call their golden generation. It's like a
Mhm.
bunch of their good guys like Lukaku and like the Kuiper. These are guys who played a couple World Cups ago. These are guys who like they're bridging the gap. It's like when Belgium comes back in 2030, a lot of these young guys who aren't getting a lot of playing time now are going to be like their stars. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and like my man who scored a couple of goals last night, I forget his name, but it's like he's like up next. He's gonna be like their main guy in 2030 when the World Cup moves to Spain, Morocco, and Portugal.
Mhm.
Here's the thing, again, they didn't need the help, but it's like I don't know what Freeze was thinking. It's like why are you number one? Why are you 30 feet away from the net?
That was
And then
so
and then
wild.
and then why are you like pick it up? Pick it up. You are allowed to. It's almost like he forgot that you are the only person on the pitch who can touch the ball with his hands. Pick the ball up because as soon as you make a play, try to make a play with your feet, it's like when and a lot of people don't know this. Again, welcome to talking soccer. But like when you're that far, because I know some people like, well, why didn't he use his hand? It's like because when the goalkeeper gets out of his zone, he becomes a regular player and he can't use his
Regular
hands
player.
anymore.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he couldn't use his hand to stop it. Okay, for people who not like up on like the rules of soccer, so he becomes just like another player on the field. So you have that, and then it's like the back line of defense was awful, and it's just like to allow like
Yeah,
it's just like
Robertson and Ream did not have a good game
it
yesterday.
is like it is the defender's job to keep guys out of the middle. And it's just like Belgium was living in the middle of the pitch. It's just like there were 3 or 4 guys just in the middle of the pitch in front of net at all times. And it's
They
just
were
like,
putting
yeah,
pressure on him, coach, and like
yeah,
on the offensive end, like they looked like they were afraid to try
They
to
were lost.
press or they looked lost. Like like
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were
like
lost.
they were like it was literally like okay. I used to play video games with one of my good friends. He lives in Texas now, and we used to play Madden. And what he would do is watch me pick a play and then know what I'm about to do, and then pick the defense against it. And I used to just have to like, all right, go to the side because like, just get out of my lane, right? Like, let me pick my play, bro. But it's like it's like USA was they were trying to run plays and Belgium knew what they were doing, and
Yeah.
they looked 2 steps slower because they were it just looked awful. It looked awful. Like they could every time they would try to reverse the ball. Here's a Belgian player cutting it off and taking it the other way. It was ridiculous, coach. It was ridiculous.
There were no
And
they
that's
were
why I
afraid that
thought it
they
was
were afraid to take
BTS.
risk. They were afraid to take risk, and it's like some of the risks they were taking against Bosnia and something early in the tournament. They were scared because again, you take these risks, and this is a Belgium team that could take advantage of these mistakes. And it's like, and you made the mistakes, and Belgium took advantage of all these mistakes. And one thing, and it's like my man Mauricio, he's been very good this whole tournament with like subs and stuff like that. They put Bernhalter in there way too late because as soon as he stepped on the pitch, the energy changed, it
Yeah.
shifted, but it was too late. They were already down 2 goals. It's like I feel like that should have been maybe a little bit earlier in the second half, like substitution, but it's like it was too late. And like I said, it was unfortunate because like again, here it is, everybody's watching. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like here we are. It's like you have a chance to maybe change the course of history of soccer in this country, and boy, you went out there and you did that. And again, it's like we'll see you guys in Spain, Portugal, and
Well, I look at it like this. I look like this, man. Like they got a lot farther than I thought they were going to get. They played a lot better than I thought they were going to play.
they
This
got
is their year.
they
I,
got about they got
I don't
about to
know.
where I thought they would get. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
They got about to where I thought they would get because I'm like okay they should be able to get through the
I thought
group
they
because
were
they
around 32.
I was like
Not,
they had a favorable group. I was like they should be able to either win or like get through to the to the round of 32. And I was like depending on how things shake, I was like maybe they win. I was like round of 16 depends on who they get. And it's like I feel like even with how it happened last night, I was like well this is about as good as it could have been for them in the round of 16. This is about as good a matchup as you could ask for. Seeing how like the tournament it's just it's
yeah.
unfortunate that it didn't work out because I was like, if they can get
Man,
to like this
dude,
round of 8, this would be a good tournament.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got
Yeah.
about what I thought they would get.
Go ahead, Larry.
dude, I thought me personally, like I said, you know how you ever played a team and you know they're better than you, so you play to not lose by as many points
Yeah.
as you thought they would lose
Yeah.
by.
Yeah. I can see
Like
that.
Yep.
you're gonna think you're gonna get blown out, but you try to play like that. Like you say, you try to play that prevent to where it's like, okay, we know you guys are better than us, but we're gonna play to where you only beat us 2-0 and not 4-1.
Yeah.
They that's how it looked like when I watched the game. It looked like they were playing to not get beat as bad as they end up getting beat. And we all know when you go into a game with that type of mindset, you're playing to lose. It's a loser's mentality, and I think that's what
Yeah.
they went into the game. When you could see, like I said, even the way they were playing defense, like you said, Steve, it was not cutting off nothing, and they just
No.
they were looking to me like they didn't want to make the mistakes to where it was just a blowout, but they didn't go into the game with the
Yeah.
mentality that I'm going to take it. I'm going to win. It's almost like a boxer's mentality, right? You go into a boxing
Right.
match, you go in and it's like, okay, I'm gonna lose on the scorecards, even though I know this guy's better than me and I want to get to the final bell. Or hey, I don't care who this guy is. I'm going to take his belt. And they didn't go in with that mentality. They went in the game plan. And like you said, Steve, it was like they made no adjustments the whole game. It was like the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Just yeah, it was just like I said. And
It was a bad look,
yes,
man. It was
they
a bad
gotta
look
I don't know
overall.
fire another coach or something.
Well, no, I think we got the
I don't
coach.
know.
I think the coach is right. It's just
I don't
again,
know.
and this conversation comes up every 4 years, and it's the same thing. It's like, oh well, you know what? Like, of our best athletes played soccer. It's like it's more to it than that.
Yeah, a
You
little
know what I'm saying? It's like
It's
it's
not a
like,
national sport like that. It is, but it isn't. Like it's
and
not. It's not. It's
it's
not.
expensive.
It's not. Yeah,
Soccer
it's
is
not
an
a.
expensive sport to get kids in, and it's like the Norways, the
What?
Colombias, the
Mm-hmm.
like the Portugals, the Spain. What do they all have? They have like these national national
Yeah.
academies where they send they're like, you know what, this kid in St. Louis is pretty good. Let's send him to the academy. This kid in Seattle is pretty good. This kid in Chicago is good. You know, there's a kid down in Miami. And then what they do in these other countries, they send all these kids to these academies and train them and get them ready to be like the future of soccer in their countries. And until we do something like that in America, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
too
there's 50s doing
discouraged. Like
AAU
there is no
programs,
system.
AAU teams, and travel basketball teams, and all this other type of
Yeah,
stuff. We don't need it with
I
soccer
mean
here.
AAU is garbage, but I mean like it's a system. It
I
is a
read a
system, and
I
we
read
don't
an
have it.
article today right before the show. The average cost for travel soccer is $910 a year.
The what?
Most people don't have an extra $910 a year for travel soccer.
Yeah, my
That's the
kids not
average.
doing that. My
The
kids are not.
average. So let's round it up to $1,000 a year for travel soccer, and that's on the low end. So
Yeah.
look, we've
That's
all
yeah,
experienced.
exactly.
Yeah, we all have experience with youth sports. That's on the low end. That's the
Yeah.
average. That's just
Mhm.
the average of it. So if the average is $1,000, some of these travel leagues and some of these leagues and stuff like that are two, three, $4,000. Equipment like cleats. We all know how much cleats cost.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ain't cheap. They
Yeah.
ain't cheap.
Hey, you talking
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the shoe guy?
All right.
Talking
So
to the shoe
yeah,
guy.
but and the last thing, I mean, we had the goalie the last time, that we thought we could ride out. We didn't have that. We didn't do it, and then this year we thought we had one of our better players, the forward, and then just didn't work out. So I
mm,
don't know where they go from here. I think to your point, coach, I think they got a good coach. I think it's just going to take a little bit more. It's going to take a little bit more time.
I mean, and the
I
future is
so
mean,
who's
bright
the,
because you have Balgo, you have Tillman, you have Freeman. The future is bright. I was like, I would love to see this team stay together and see what
mhm.
happens in 4 years. To be honest with you, and then like there's some kid right now in a high school in Wisconsin who gonna be on this team in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I mean,
Mhm.
and so I'm excited to see. I hope this can kind of catapult soccer or football as they call it. You
Well, yeah.
know,
Football.
you
But this
know.
is why you pay all that money, coach, to have the FIFA Cup in the U.S.
Yeah.
because now you can build off that. It would have been nice to have them go on a deeper run. Was it
Yeah.
realistic? Probably not. But having that exposure of having soccer across the nation the way it was from pillar to post, from Seattle to New England, and
Yeah.
unfortunately they have to play in MetLife for the championship game. More
Jeez.
playoff games in MetLife. But you understand what I'm saying? Like that kind of exposure. Kansas City had some good games.
Mhm.
Houston, H Town had a good. Like you can't pay for that kind of
Yeah,
exposure.
but and
And
these
I
are
hope
and these are
it builds
these are
off
and
that.
these are soccer hotbeds. It's like soccer. It like
Yeah.
Larry will tell you how these Dynamo games are a movie in Houston. Okay,
crazy,
like that.
crazy,
It's like
crazy.
Vancouver and L.A. and like Kansas City. Kansas City. I went to a Kansas City Wiz game one time, and like, those games are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they love soccer in the Midwest. And I'll say this: Christian Pulisic. I was trying to think of a comparison because he was so hyped. Captain America. He's on the Wheaties box. He's on the Lay's chips and stuff like that. It's like he is Dak Prescott.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
Man,
sad.
they need.
Oh.
And
That's
I'll
Why?
leave it
sad.
at that. I'll let y'all fill in the blank after that. But I was trying to think. I was
Why?
like, what can I compare him to? He's Dak Prescott.
That
Really good in
sucks.
the regular
So,
season and
Yep.
postseason.
So
Look,
let me
hey,
ask you
I'm
guys
gonna
this
say this.
question and we move on. Who's your favorite out of the 8 remaining teams?
I
It's
like.
easy
I'm going.
Huh. I,
I,
I I
I,
was.
I love Argentina because Messi's
Do
the
you?
goat.
Yeah, it's like it's easy to say Argentina. It's like they try and do
Yeah.
something that
Messi's
ain't
the
been done in
goat.
like 70 years. I think Erling Haaland has been the best player in this tournament. He has put this Norway team on his back. And if he's going to continue to play like that, I think it's going to be tough to beat Norway. So I'm going to go off the beaten path. I got Norway taking this thing home.
Villain, talk to me.
Um. I mean, Messi had a great, rally right against Egypt. I was watching a little bit of that game.
He's so good to watch, man. Oh,
Yeah,
God, he's so
he
good.
is. I mean, he really is. I mean, you can't hate on it. You could try if you wanted to. I, you know what? I had a call with a client in the UK. Um, I kind of like Norway. Kind of like
That's what Steve
Norway.
went. That's what
Yeah, I
Steve
kind of
went.
like Norway. Yeah, I
Larry,
think
where's your
they'll
head
play.
at?
I think they play good soccer.
Man, look, hey, I'm agree with you, Aaron. I'm going Argentina, man. It's the story. He already announced this is his last one. The storyline, the swan
Hmm.
song. Hey, that put it like this: if they even make it to the final, oh my God, it's gonna be like how you see the games where it's like they literally have guys who are 20,000 extra people trying to get into the stadium.
Oh,
Like
it's gonna be
it's good.
pandemonium.
It's gonna
Oh
be yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be pandemonium, dude.
I mean, yeah,
So
and big ups to Switzerland, man, because like that was a
Yeah,
80-20 Colombian crowd in Vancouver today, and they wasn't scared at all, and they ended up winning that in PK. So
they
big
ain't
ups to
never
Switzerland,
scared.
yeah,
They ain't
yeah,
never
like
scared.
yeah. So like that was a very pro Colombian crowd in
Mhm.
Vancouver earlier today, and they went in
Yeah,
there and they won it. So like yeah, bigs up to the
and
Swiss. Mhm.
Morocco's playing pretty well too now. I ain't gonna front on them too.
You know,
So
Morocco's good, but man, look. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I love Messi. He's the goat. I got a Messi shirt right here in my closet. Like, Egypt kind of gave that away today.
Yeah, they kind of
yeah, they did. They
it's a
did.
storyline, man. We've saw it before. It's a storyline, man. It's a storyline. Like I say, Hey, I did want to say this about soccer. We talking about soccer in the United States. Look, when they start making these soccer contracts more public, you're gonna see some 7 foot freak athlete playing soccer. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. And I had this conversation with homeboys over and over again. And I'm like, yeah, you think LeBron makes money? Go look up how much Messi makes.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like because what they'll say is they'll say transfer fees and stuff like that. But what's hidden in those
Exactly.
transfer fees is how much the players make. So
Yeah.
they never want to tell you how much the player makes. But it's like okay, like it's $117 million transfer fee from this player to go to this team to that team, and it's like what's hidden is that player's getting like $65 million of that transfer fee.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
So yeah, they
so
yeah
when they start doing that, I think you're gonna see a whole lot of guys who are like, oh, the DeMar DeRozan Jr. You are not playing basketball. You are on the soccer field. I'm saying
I
that
told
because
my son he's gonna play baseball. I'm not. Not playing.
baseball
My
too.
son gonna
Hey,
be. My
baseball
son gonna play
too.
baseball.
Baseball too. Like I said, you see in these
Mhm.
Otani contracts, yeah. Like I say,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Oh
release
yeah.
these. Start publicizing some of these soccer contracts, and we're gonna see a whole lot of people not paying that 10,000 for AAU and paying that $900 for that travel soccer. Hey,
Yeah.
but
Before we get out of here, I want to play a little game with you guys, and we can kind of get out of here with this, man. Likelihood to be moved, Major League Baseball edition. Trade deadline is fastly approaching. I'm not going to sit here and try to talk Yankees or Astros because I'm trying to not say bad words. And so Tyree Schoolball, man, likelihood that he gets moved, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Where do you think he goes?
Yankees.
Atlanta.
Philly.
So you think he comes to the Yankees, villain?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they'll be really desperate.
Well, they kind of are because nope, I'm not doing
They
it.
are
I'm not doing it.
they are
But
complete ass right now.
would they give up the farm system for him though? Because you're gonna have to give up some
Well,
prospects,
the
some
farm
good
system
prospects.
ain't doing nothing now. You might as well sell high.
And
You got it.
the
Berkeley comes
Brave
out of the farm
the
team
Braves
system.
have the prospects, and that's why I think the Braves would be look they would give the Tigers a call. They'd be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like what's going on here? Like it's just
Yeah.
yeah, because
The-
they have the deal, they have enough to make the deal happen, and yeah. So give me the Braves, I'd say.
Okay. Byron Buxton, Minnesota Twins. Yes or no?
No.
You got no? Okay. Coach, talk to me.
Boy, let's see. Um,
Okay.
if
TBD.
I would say with the All Star break coming up, and there's that small window. If something happens to one of these contenders where they need an outfielder bat or something like that, then all of a sudden he becomes the biggest bail at the ball. So I think right now, I think he stays in Minnesota. But if something happens between now and end of the month, maybe he gets moved.
Any one of the Astros,
Friendly contract too. So
any one
like
of the
yeah,
Astros, Pena
I'm
or
gonna say, well, I'm gonna say, Aaron McGuliga,
Hater.
is that I think Byron Buxton is a maybe because
Okay.
he keeps coming up in these trade deadlines, and I feel like if somebody makes the right offer, he'll be moved because he's been in trade rumors what like 3 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah, at
it
least
seems like
three
this time
years
every year we're always talking
every
about
year.
him.
but he's
So I think
finally
it's
healthy.
just
He's
the right
finally
offer.
healthy too. That's the most important thing with Buxton. It's always been health, availability. We talked about that earlier. It's like he's finally healthy, and it's like when he's healthy, he's a stud. It's just
Yeah,
when he's healthy.
exactly.
Right. I mentioned this a minute ago. Pena, Hater. You gotta move them.
I would
No,
move Pena before I move
same
Hater,
thing.
but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
move. I wouldn't move either one of them.
no.
There are reports that the Washington Nationals are looking at moving C.J. Abrams. Thoughts?
Smart,
Yeah,
smart for them because again, like C.J. Abrams,
The All-Star C.J. Abrams. Let me tell you.
he look. If I'm the Nets, and again, it's like I'm playing with the Nets in my MLB The Show franchise anyway, so it's like 2030 World Series champs, no big deal. Anyway, yeah, we put it together, man. It's like Wood and Abrams have been the anchor of my rebuild in Washington. So it's like, yeah, again. So then that's maybe why you keep them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you need dudes. The Nats need dudes. I would not look. They're not gonna get like a Soto package. Like Abrams was part of that the infamous Soto package. I would I would keep him still. It's like he's a good young player at a premium position. I would not trade him, but it's like I wouldn't put it past the Nets because this ownership group is ridiculous, and I don't have to tell you that, Aaron.
So do y'all hold on to parties too? Isaac party?
Why you over here keep wanting to pillage everybody from the
I'm,
Astros,
I'm,
man?
I'm, I'm just reading
You
off
just
the
said you're
list.
not gonna make it about an Astros and a Yankees fan. Yankees
I'm
game, bro.
reading off the list.
He's just leading off the list, like
There better be some Yankees on this list. Better be some
Honestly,
Yankees
there
on
is
this list.
not one Yankee on this list. I
But this list
got
compiled
several.
by Aaron.
You
I
can't
got,
hear
This list
nothing
was
from the
compiled
Yankees.
by Aaron.
I got several Mets. I got a couple Twins. I got a couple Nationals. I got Astros fans here.
Aaron compiled this list, man, and he did
Actually,
it
this
to
was off of
be
that four-letter
from.
network.
He did it as hey.
Anywho, Villain, talk to me, man. Do you see any of those Astros players get moved?
No. Coach, I'll take Coach and Larry's word for it. I really couldn't tell you either way.
Gotcha.
I mean, so I'm here. I'm here, and I'll say Paredes could be moved.
yeah, praise
He
keep the
could be
move, yeah.
moved. Um, I can tell you the one guy who's not going to be moved, who keeps coming up in trade rumors. Jordan ain't being moved.
Well,
It's
no, that
not
ship is
happening.
sailed. That was early in the
That
season
ship
where they
ain't
were talking
sailed.
when the Astros
No,
was kind of like shuffling around. It was like, should we trade Yordan? And it's like, are y'all stupid? You know what I'm saying? It's like
no.
let's trade Yordan. Let's trade that guy again. It's like a guy who I feel like the Astros with their recent they kind of like riding the ship a little bit. Now I think they might be buyers now. And again, it's like while I don't like the guy personally, I think he's a bit of a malcontent, and I don't like him. A guy like Jaron Duran,
Yeah,
again, like I think the Astros can make a trade for him. Even though I don't like him personally, he's a heck of a ball player. I like him. Um, I could see, you know what? As much as it pains me to say, it's like I could definitely see like the Dodgers offering something to like the Twins for Buxton. Now that I think about it, you know, I just see that. I can feel that in my bones. You know what I'm saying? It's like because he's on a smart contract. They could use a outfield bat, and it's just like ugh. But we'll see.
I got you. With that being said, I'm gonna get you guys out of here, man. We started a little late, but I still want to honor everybody's time, man. Coach, you know what to do. Get us out of here, big dog.
If you see the show, share the show, and that's all the shows. That's Forever Faithful. That is Any Steeler Show. That is the impending eventual. We have to do it when we get some free time against our better judgment. Um, Launchpad show. Again, the way I described it, like if you're new here, is like if you would like to listen to 3, possibly 4 people yell at each other about a terrible basketball team, then Launchpad is the show for you. Da, 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 da. But other than that, man, like just keep rocking with us, man. Make sure you go check out the website, man. Like everybody's doing an amazing job with that. Barry and Sirius and Mr. Simmons with the article. Man, hold up, man. It's a family affair. It is a family affair at the executive view, man. So come join us, man. Come get on the train, man. Cause this thing is going all the way to the TOP. And y'all know how I close it out, man. God is good.
All the time.
Make sure y'all drink y'all water. It's been so hot this summer. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you drink y'all water. And of course, Wu-Tang is for the children. Peace.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for coming by, Coach, man. Villain, get us out of here, big dog.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of great things backstage business tomorrow. The junior execs coming back. Get your kids ready. They're gonna be talking all things SummerSlam. It's gonna be a lot of fun. They're super excited. Avery's gonna do that. All the boys, they're gonna have a lot of fun doing that. We got a lot going on. The website is up, it's running. Thank you, everybody supporting. We'll read our blogs. Go out there. We got a lot of deals for you too, man. Get clicking our links. We're affiliated with a lot of great partners like Fanatics, WWE Shop, NFL Shop, 49ers Shop, everybody you can think of, even NordVPN. If you need some privacy, man, get that. Get your silk sheets. Have you farting through silk. All right, go get that too. So we got a lot of good stuff there. Appreciate all of our partners, Fubu TV as well, so you can watch all the games you want at FIFA and anything you like. So get to the website. You can check out all our deals there. But listen, like I tell you, man, support your neighbor, local villain. Support your neighborhood villain. You don't have one, you got the best one here. Peace.
Appreciate you, big dog, man. Yo, it's your boy Sears up in that 412 and the 703, man. Such a privilege and absolute pleasure doing this show with this gentleman on tonight, man. As I alluded to in the beginning, special shout out to our sponsor, ProMead. Jump on their website, use our exclusive code Executive 2026 to get 15% off your purchase. Silk sheets, cotton sheets, pillowcases, all that is there for you, man. Definitely give them a follow and use our exclusive code to get 50% off, man. Tomorrow, back in the building with backstage business, man. We're going to be talking everything around the world of WWE. We had the great CM Punk return on yesterday's Monday Night Raw, take the strap back from Sami Zayn. There's going to be a lot to be talked about that and where that could potentially go. Heading into SummerSlam. Villain alluded to it. The junior execs will be back in the building. So my son will be here in the building, man. The queen and her too, and so many others, man, are going to be sitting here talking about the world of the WWE and SummerSlam. So I'm looking forward to bringing that to you guys. Also, get over to our website, man, the blogs, the merchandise, our exclusive partners. Special thanks to all our exclusive partners for rocking with us, man, and there is more to come. Also, be on the horizon. We're probably going to be doing live reaction football this upcoming year. The homie Corey and the 49ers show is going to be doing some stuff. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to do a Steel on One, but as you all alluded to, my dad and I and maybe a couple others be back in the building on a bi-weekly basis talking about the week that was, giving the good, bad, and the ugly and all the other things in between, man. I always close out my shows like this, man. Thank you everybody for rocking with us, man. Our friends, Big Mama's podcast, NDT, my friends Aaron and those guys over there, my boy Trev at the Play Book Podcast, and everybody in between, man. This table's big enough for everybody getting where you're fitting, you know what I mean? I always close out my shows like this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people are not, man. God bless you. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.